Welcome back for another yummy update. The big themes of crypto is that we're all apparently going to zero. We've all given up. No hope. Everything's trash. Many people are fearful. Most of the crypto people, everybody's fearful that a bear market's starting because we're now at the 4-year cycle mark. We've perfectly hit the 1,064-day symmetry from the bottom. It's been just terrible out there. Altcoins didn't have any movement at all, so everybody's still down more than 90% from 4.5 years ago. Very sad as well. All of us holding altcoins. We chose the only asset class in history that didn't go up in 4.5 years. You know, inflation went up, stakes went up 14% per year. Gold's gone to the moon. Gold looks like it's going to hit $5,000 before Ethereum. Very, very sad out there. Even though we added so many fundamentals, we added stable coins, privacy, zero knowledge tech. There's Uniswaps and oracles. The chains are faster. We added all this stuff, and the world just says, you know what, go stuff yourself. We'd rather just, send this to zero, which is very sad. Gold, friends, is at a monthly RSI reading of literally the highest in recorded human history. It is literally at 92, 93. People are literally lining out the floor, lining out the door to get this. This is literally the most dangerous thing you could ever contemplate touching. A monthly RSI of 93, bro. Whoa. Okay, that's big. For gold. Gold, man. Gold. Friends, you want to know gold market cap? What is it right now? It is 30 trillion. Okay, 30 trillion. My gosh, bro. You're buying a $30 trillion asset on a monthly RSI of 93. Damn, retail's lining up. Humans never change. FOMO. Fear of missing out. Because I've been listening to the people who've been buying at 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And now they're like, oh, it's going to go to 10. It's going to go to 10. Uncle Peter Schiff, euphoric, blowing in his pants, needs a diaper. He said it's going to $6,000 by December. So, that's what happens out here. I want to give you a bit of an Easter egg as well. Not really an Easter egg. So, PulseChain's obviously getting obliterated. 4.5 years, still down only, like all the altcoins. But there's been some posts and stuff out here, which is very interesting. It's kind of funny, friends. A lot of PulseChain community members, they don't actually listen to Richard, which is kind of funny. Richard Hart, 2020, real DeFi, no admin key poop, no centralized oracle. So most of the stable coins, there's alternative stable coins on PulseChain. They need an oracle. Someone controls the oracle. Okay. I agree, friend. No centralized oracle poop. Real DeFi. So, yes. Okay, that's why. Obviously, for public and stuff out here, this obviously, it relates. For me, I'm taking a punt that I like PDI. That's it. It's been nuking, turbo nuking. The mindshare is still strong. Like, for example, it's kind of sad. Like, friends, EHEX dropped like 30%. No one really cared about it. No one's like talking about it. It's just everyone's talking about PDI dead, PDI dead. It just shows that the mindshare is still huge. It really is. Donald Trump's family as well. Remember, they said they've made $1 billion off crypto. Here is a Trump coin, down only. Literally down only. Down to $6, man. Here is Melania. I mean, like, turbo nuclear down only. Man, Melania, I'm just thinking, man, like, I wonder if that would be a beta play on Trump. Could it ever come back? We'll see. We just need it to round off. Are they ever going to shill it again? Maybe. It's very interesting, though. The high-value content I share with you, friends. I hope you do appreciate it out here. We got to crank it. Oh, yeah. Check out this insider. Trump insider whale, now long. Now, I want to tell you, there are some people, they've said that, no, this wallet that went long, it's not an insider, okay? However, it is very suspicious. So, because remember, friends, the Trump insider wallet, he knows everyone's watching him, Garrett Jin, okay? Remember, he's obviously trading on behalf of the Trump family or whatever, the planned tweets, whatever it is, okay? So, he's a new mysterious wallet. Someone, literally, from an exchange, throws 40 million USDC into a random wallet, throws it into Hyperliquid, starts putting a long on Bitcoin. All right. So that's why, it's not definitely him, but it's very suspicious. Someone randomly out there is like, you know what I want to do? I want to put $40 million into a leveraged long trade right now. Never traded before, no history, no volume, no nothing. Okay. So it's funny. Big Trump announcement loading, bullish. Aaron, the blatant manipulation is disgusting. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything this obvious before. Aaron, sir, Welcome to This is Finance. So this happens in stocks. It's just that you and I can't see them. That's why stocks have a centralized database. You and I, you can see from the price action. I can tell you when someone's cheating because I know. I'm like, well, you know, this guy's obviously defending a level, and then good news comes out later on. You can pick that all the time. It happens all the time. It's just with this, crypto's public, transparent, right? That's why I tell you, crypto's the better way. Crypto's the future, friends, because look, humans are still humans. Humans will try to cheat. They'll try to transition their hormones. They'll try to drink soy. They'll try to do all this stuff. They'll try to use a price oracle. All right? They'll try to get power. That's humans. Yeah? So with crypto, though, what we've done is the tech allows us to make everything transparent. Okay? So you can literally shine a torch everywhere. So if you're going to cheat, you have to do it out in the open. Okay? So that's the difference now. So it like incentivizes people to tell the truth more. Not all the time, but more. That's it. That's why it levels up humanity. You know. Also, I feel your pain, Aaron, as well. Yeah, bro. I mean, like, yeah, I wake up every day as well. I'm like, you know what? What's even the point? What's even the point, huh? We picked the only asset that's down 90%. Didn't even go up in 4.5 years. We picked the only one. Out of like, you know, an asset class category, there's like 10. We picked literally the only one that hasn't gone up in 5 years. And not just hasn't gone up, still down 95%. That's life, man. That's life. I'd like to promise everyone, I'd like to tell you, don't worry, it'll get better. I don't know, dude. I know, friends, everyone's watching. Ivan on Tech did like a 50-minute bear stream. Everyone's bearish as shit still, but whatever. You know, everyone's relying on me for a bottom signal. Oh, Sammy's sad and depressed. Bottom signal. And I'm like, brother, there is none. Trust me, I'm not. I wish I was a reliable signal. I'd tell you. I would tell you right now. I'm not. You know who's a real signal? Jim Cramer. Good news though, friends. China capitulate. China accused the US of deliberately causing panic over rare earth controls. Says it's open to talks. Yeah, but they could renege on the situation and stuff. So it's been very, very tough, hasn't it? Yeah, it has been. At least we got this though, friends. At least we have someone using AI for South Park to predict $10,000 Bitcoin.
Breaking news: Ethereum has rocketed past $10,000 a coin, and the cryptocurrency's eccentric founder is celebrating. 10K, baby.
Isn't that really good, man? Friends, AI is accelerating. They're making stuff, friends. It's like you can't tell anymore, man. You can't tell. It's getting really good, right? This is the Bitcoin price action chart I want to show you. Thank you to Gentle Sir who did this. I think it's Mr. Crypto on Twitter, Roonies. So the USDC DPEG, I remember this. I remember Matt. Remember Matt? We went to the Middle Eastern restaurant. Matt was smoking a ciggy in the parking lot. And I was like, well, I guess it's over. I mean, like, they've depegged the only thing we thought couldn't depeg in crypto, which was USDC. Yep, and he was... Oh, that was funny, man. That was funny. So sad. And then we had a big liquidation event here. So it was funny, friends. What was this move? This was... People bought off the BlackRock ETF, and then the scammers sent it back down so they could get in again. And then it went up, which is funny. Sell the ETF news. It actually went up after that. Japan's carry trade. Japan Pokemon Island. Here we have tariffs. So, friends, this is what I want to tell you as well. In the tariffs, I just got to tell you, right? Uncle Bobby sold 33% of his portfolio. Ivan sold 33%. Many other people, big KOLs, they sold there. You know, so what if, man, what if it's happening again? Eventually, they're going to get it right. Yeah, eventually it's going to be. It's just, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. It just doesn't, a bull market, you're climbing the wall of worry. Are we all worried? Yeah. Yeah, we are. Mr. Slug Coin, our favorite snail slug. Dang, what a journey so far. I wonder if we can get another nice thrust up. Or is a staircasing chart pattern starting to show us the inevitable diminished returns? Good question, sir. That's what it looks like, you know? I guess positive news in a sea of depression. The negative funding rates are here, friends. You see negative funding. Remember, perps, there's no delivery on the perps futures. So if people are aggressive on their longs, it costs money to stay open a long position. Okay, if people are aggressive on the shorts, then it costs a lot of money to be short. At the bottoms, all the longs are wiped out and everybody's still net short aggressive. That's what happens at the bottom. So you can see the funding goes negative. You actually get paid to be long because no one wants to take a long. So the negative funding, it hit it here. This was on the liquidations. Okay, so these are very interesting parts where they can. So it doesn't mean it's the exact bottom, but they're very good. A lot of people use these. That's why you always see a lot of the traders. They look at stuff like that. MCG Money Gang. Well, not all of the longs. You know, so leverage has been purged out of the longs. Here we have a post here from PulseChain. We have Jams Win, friends, got liquidated. And then Machi Big Brother, most people call him a scammer. He raised a lot of money, like millions and millions and millions of dollars, like 20, 30, 40 million dollar hits, raised a lot of money. He got liquidated 53 million. Literally 53 million out here. That's wild, man. 53 million. James Win as well. Some people wondering, where does James Win get his money? What he does is every like month, he goes and gets his like referral rewards. Like he makes like, you know, $7,000 or something from his referrals, or a 5,000, and he just puts on a leverage long. He puts on like a 10x or 100x, like just, yeah, and then he gets liquidated straight away. I don't know what they're doing, man. It is. Remember, Jim Cramer, undefeated, buy crypto. We are back. But yeah, friends, that we are back picture, he wrote that, but it was his back. He went back to like Washington. I think that's what he says, like, I'm back in the state. But everyone was like, oh, we are so back. Bang. Oh, man. We are so back. Buy crypto. Oh, gosh. Jeez, man. It's just, you know, the greatest to ever do it. This is interesting as well. There's a polymarket whale who won $500,000 by betting on Joe Biden dropping out of the presidential 2024 race. So this guy, he bet on Joe Biden early, dropping out. He won 500 grand. He's got a big bet that China President Xi will be out of power soon. So I think, though, he's made this bet and he's lost like 20 grand on it, but he keeps placing the bet. He keeps placing the bet that President Xi is going to be out of power soon. Wow. What does he know, man? These people must know stuff. Does President Xi know? Maybe he does. Maybe, well, that's wild. That's crazy. He keeps betting that he's going to be out of power. It's very interesting. It's kind of funny. RIP. Xi Jinping out of power before October. Yeah, so he would put in 21 grand. He lost. He went to zero. He bought yes at 3 cents. That's wild, man. I wonder what he knows, man. It's wild. We also saw, friends, recent news. Richard Hart replied to CZ. CZ said, I woke up to this. Thanks for the support from industry peers. Listing the 3rd largest market cap. And Richard Hart replies, I kept building and building and building. Would like to wake up to the support from industry peers. And a lot of people, they're throwing out, they're saying, oh, Richard is cry-fagging or something out here. The theme is building. Yes. And then we have, friends, this is, I showed you this earlier, right? Bitcoin to gold ratio. So Bitcoin's been going sideways against gold. Actually hasn't broken its all-time high since 2021. Okay. That's why Bitcoin maxis, they really want to target the gold market cap. That's why the ratio is important to see. But for the rest of us, down 95% in all the altcoins, we don't really care about the ratio part at that point. We just want some sort of relief. Been 4.5 years. Nothing good has happened. Okay, could keep getting worse for another 4.5 years. We'll see. We have the US Fed cutting rates at the end of this month. And then, so there's 2 guaranteed cuts for the year. But, you know, I think everyone needs a lot more relief than that. We'll see. Year of the snake, year of the friend. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.